Good morning. This is the second part of the review for quiz number 4. This covers chapter 7. I shared the study guide with you. If you could just follow along with me, we're here with the chapter 7 questions, starting with number 1. Name two modernist theater artists that rejected realism in set design and reshaped the ideas about the art of theater. We discussed too Adolf Appia, the Swiss artist who did much to change the appearance of the stage by utilizing lighting as a means of creating atmosphere. And the second was Edward Gordon Craig, who rejected realism and sought to use sets that were more functional, um, in terms of their non-specificity, uh, also working with lighting, but using the set as something to create that atmosphere for the purposes of the play. Number 2, name three artistic movements that emerged during World War I: Futurism, Dada, and Expressionism. Number 3, art, in fact, can be nothing but violence, cruelty, and injustice. Which movement's philosophy does this statement express? Futurism. Number 4, in which country did Dada artists center themselves? Which Dada artist created the fountain? And what is a chance poem? Dada artists came from all over Europe, but they centered themselves in Switzerland because it was a neutral country, specifically in the city of Zurich, where their hangout, their theater was the Cabaret Voltaire. Also, the question asks which Dada artist created the fountain? That was Marcel Duchamp. The fountain is a porcelain urinal. This piece was a part of his collection of what he referred to as ready-mades. These were everyday tools, um, and things that people used normally, regularly, but he chose to present them in such a way that they became art. And number 3, or the third part of the question, is what is a chance poem? This is an example of Dada performance. Um, a chance poem is created when you take a newspaper or a magazine and you cut out individual words, put them in a bag, shake the bag up, pull the words out, read them. There you have a poem. The randomness of this is what caused them to call it a chance poem. Number 5, what type of drama focuses on how the human spirit is distorted by false values? Expressionism. Excuse me. Number 6, who wrote The Hairy Ape? What is the play an example of? The Hairy Ape was written by Eugene O'Neill, and it is an example of expressionism. Number 7, when was the Great Depression? The Great Depression lasted for 10 years, from 1929 to 1939. Number 8, what was the Federal Theater Project? The Federal Theater Project was formed in 1935. It was a government organization that sought to provide uh, money or effort to put theater artists back to work. Theater was recognized as a means of entertaining people during a time that was very difficult in this country. So many people were out of work. And the Federal Theater Project helped to organize theater productions and put theater artists back to work. Number nine, between the world wars, which Russian theater artist influenced American actors, directors, and playwrights? Konstantin Stanislavski. Number 10, who was Bertolt Brecht? What is epic theater? And what is theater of alienation? Bertolt Brecht, an amazing German theater artist, academic, intellectual, who felt that realism in theater was not the way to go. Theater had a purpose, and that purpose was to inform people, to present a way of thinking that would inspire an audience to go out and change society. He called it theater of alienation because for him it was important to never let the audience forget that they were in a theater watching a performance. So he exposed all of the workings of theater, everything backstage was exposed, lighting, moving of scenery, all sound effects were made by the actors, the people who were in the play. It was all very much focused on the message of the play. Brecht felt that theater should not be an art form where the audience comes in and becomes so consumed by the message of the play that they invest in the emotional impact of it. Theater should be information presented to an audience that will, in some way or another, impact the way they think about society. Number 11. Who was the most influential playwright of the theater of cruelty movement of the 1920s and 1930s? And what was his approach to theater? That individual was Antonin Artaud, a French theater artist who felt that theater should serve to force the viewer to confront the repressed feelings and emotions that they have. Fears, regret, shame, all of that is exposed through these performances. It was harsh, it was powerful, very impactful. And certainly was a form of theater that had an impact on future theater practices from that point in the early part of the 20th century forward. We can see elements of theater of cruelty in contemporary theater. Number 12, what is absurdism and who wrote Waiting for Godot? Absurdism, like the other art forms or movements that we looked at uh, post World War. Absurdism, because of the impact of World War One and World War Two, the world, society, seemed absurd. It was ridiculous. The violence of the wars, the casualties, all seemed quite ridiculous, absurd. And the absurdist felt that theater should reflect that absurdity. The play that is referenced here in the question, Waiting for Godot, was written by Samuel Beckett. Um, Not the only absurdist playwright, Eugene Ionesco, an Italian playwright, also created some very powerful absurdist theater, the Rhinoceros. Um, excuse me, Rhinoceros, not the Rhinoceros. But these are examples of absurdist theater. Number 13, Jean Paul Sartre wrote No Exit in 1944. What is this play an example of? Jean-Paul Sartre was an existentialist. Um, and his play, No Exit, is an example of existentialism. In No Exit, you have three characters who are more or less locked in a room together for all eternity. We find out very early on in the play that each of these characters is dead and they are in hell. And that room, that small room together with those people is hell. And when we talk about no exit, one of the things we say is that for Sartre, hell is other people being forced to stay in this one room for eternity with people that you have nothing in common with, you don't like necessarily. Hell is other people, existentialism. Who wrote Cat on a Hot Tin Roof? The American playwright Tennessee Williams wrote Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. If you have never seen this play or read anything about it or read it, I encourage you to do so. It is a powerful play and a very clear example of Tennessee Williams' work. For those of you who had the opportunity to attend the performance of A Streetcar Named Desire at Sumter Little Theater, that is an example of Tennessee Williams' work as well. That was written by a Tennessee Williams work. And won the Pulitzer for theater during that time. Very, very powerful play. That brings us to the end of the review. If you have any questions, as always, please do not hesitate to reach out, get in touch with me, ask me questions. If anything is unclear, please let me know. Thanks a lot. I'll see you soon.